Hi, it's Pat from Fort Atkinson Hometown Pharmacy. Shout out to my friend Kelly. Kelly, thanks for watching today. So my friend Kelly, she always watches me. Today I want to talk a little bit about food sensitivity testing. So this is a new test that we're doing here at the pharmacy. So when we talk about food sensitivity, sometimes people think about allergies. That is different. And sometimes people think about intolerances, and that is also different. So if we think about an intolerance is when your body doesn't have the stuff it needs to process the food. So that's lactose intolerance, gluten intolerance. The body doesn't have what it needs to process that food. Now, an allergy is like immediate. So you get that shortness of breath, or maybe you break out in hives, or whatever your reaction is, because it can be a number of different things. Shortness of breath. So that's different. So that's more like an explosion, right? So food sensitivities, that's like a slow burn. So it's kind of like it's smoldering. So you've got that smoldering, and then eventually it turns into a fire. But it takes a long time, and it doesn't happen right away. So you can eat a food that you're sensitive to, and maybe you're not going to have any problems with it. You don't maybe even know you have problems with it because it's just laying under the surface. So symptoms of food sensitivity could have to do with your mood, anxiety, depression. It could have like this long-term rash that you just can't get rid of, like eczema, rosacea, things like that. It could be joint pain, like chronic joint pain. It could be just muscle aches and pains. It could be just like so many different things that just don't necessarily make sense as to why you feel that way. And so we think about those food sensitivities, and again, it's like that slow burn. So if it's like this, you could be eating really good food. It doesn't have to be something that's bad for you. It's not that you're eating like highly processed foods. You could be eating great, but you're still going to have that food sensitivity. So you've got this fire, right? And you have a jug of water in one hand, and you've got a jug of gasoline in the other hand, and you're pouring both on at the same time. So you're trying all this stuff to put out that inflammation, but yet you're still pouring more gas on the fire because you're still eating the foods that you're sensitive to. You could be sensitive to anything. It could be meat, it could be eggs, it could be milk, it could be kiwi, it could be pomegranate, it could be chia seeds. You just don't really know. Now, you can do like an AIP test or a diet challenge where you take out all those anti-inflammatory foods for like a month or so. So it's very limited. So you don't get to eat hardly anything, really. And even then, you could be still eating something that you're sensitive to and not know it. So you could be sensitive to kale, and here you're eating all your green veggies, and you're doing this AIP diet where you're taking out all the normal inflammatory foods like gluten, eggs, milk, things like that, and it doesn't work, right? You're still feeling icky. What this test does is it tells you how sensitive you are to these foods, and then you know which ones you need to take out. You don't have to guess. So then it'll also tell you how sensitive you are. So maybe you're just a little sensitive, or maybe you're a lot sensitive, or somewhere in between. So it tells you. So then you can remove those foods. You can also do a protocol that helps to heal your gut, and then you can slowly introduce those foods back in and see if your body can then tolerate them afterwards. So that is my really long explanation today about food sensitivity testing. But if you would like more information about it, stop down to the pharmacy or give us a call, and we'll be happy to go over all of the details with you on it. And I hope to see you soon in the pharmacy.